What's up, traders? In keeping with my efforts to teach volume profile, which I believe is like a cheat code for the markets, I wanted to share the trading day that I had today in NASDAQ futures. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know the volume profile has become my favorite study of price. And it's taken me a decade almost to find it, but it's just so useful and so precise in finding levels of support and resistance that it's invigorated me to teach it to people. And I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm not selling any classes, but what I'm doing is these kind of videos to show it in action, how I get to the point that I draw my levels and yeah, share with you guys so that you can skip a couple of years of trading that I went through the hard way and get straight to it. So, today my charts look something like this, but I'm not going to expect you to understand what all this is, and nor should anyone, because this is just all the lines that I've drawn. But I'm going to keep it really simple, and I'm going to start with a fresh chart and also do a little bit of analysis of the current state of the market right now with NASDAQ and equities in general as of April the 24th, 2024, because that's actually bears an important factor in my decisions this morning. So let's talk from a high level view. This is the daily of the Nasdaq futures, and as you know, we had this big old FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt that cropped up last week with some missiles being fired. Well, we haven't had a major correction on the stock indexes for a very long time, all year, pretty much all the year of 2024. But what's interesting is that pullback that we had, that little fear, uncertainty, and doubt brought us back to a major volume profile level. And by the way, what I'm using on TradingView here is the fixed range volume profile. That way, I can select basically the trend itself, which got us from basically November of 2023 up to here, and that creates support and resistance levels on every single time frame. And of course, from the high level, what we're going to do is we're going to look at it from that point of view. And we, of course, see that Friday, that's exactly where it got to. Also, if we look at the S&P 500, the ES futures, the E-minis, they also likewise got to a similar volume profile level. Now, of course, the point of control is the red line here. But I think that also the bulges in the histogram become very significant for finding levels. And of course, that is the level that it got to. Back to NASDAQ. So I know, or at least I think, that the market has undergone a pullback and we're probably going to rise for the rest of the year off of it because in any given year, you have about 2 to 3, 5 to 10% pullbacks. That is statistics for the stock market. And it was about a 7, 8% pullback. So we're there. This was a correction for 2024. However, even though I'm bullish, I think we are in a bull market, despite what the media may tell you. I know that the market likes to mess around and it's not going to typically do a V bottom. And so today I was looking for a short. So that's my basic fundamental thesis coming into today, April the 24th. Uh, I want to look for a short because we've had a big rally off of support and the market likes to mess around. So now that I know where I'm coming into the day looking, I want to dig down a little bit deeper and I want to find the levels that are going to be significant for me. And so where I want to look first is I want to go back in time to this level when back in January. And so back in January, I want to grab this area of time where price is. Well, let me just do this easier. So I know that as far as a block of price and time goes, I need to this is where we are coming into the day. So we need to go back and we need to look at the levels that are going to be in this block of time right here. This is going to be the price era that we are coming back to test, using the word era to kind of describe it. And so I want to make sure that I get all the price action there and I want to do a level there. All right, boom. So these older levels I'm going to mark in green. And so that's going to be 821. I want to cut off the 17, the first two digits. And then if we zoom in a little bit, what I like to do, and this is a key thing I want you guys to remember, is when you're trying to do these VP levels, especially if you're going to day trade futures, every quarter point is a lot of money, and so we want to be as precise as we can. And so what I like to do is once I kind of get the idea of a daily level, I want to come back and I want to kind of drill down even more. And so how I'm going to do that is I'm going to go down to the 30-minute, and then I'm going to do my fixed range volume profile, and I'm going to get a little more granular about things. And so notice how that point of control changed dramatically the lower we went. It's not even the same thing on the daily. Our actual point of control for that era is actually up here. And this is why it's very important. But we can start to see a little bit more granularity in the data. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out these areas right here. You have to kind of fit the whole thing. I really would like to go down to the 5 minute. Let's see if I can do this on the 5 minute. See if we can get this area here. No, let's do 15. 15 is basically the lowest we're going to be able to get, and still fit all that in so we can draw our volume profile. So redraw it again, and we should get our levels. All right, so our volume profile, move that down just a little bit. We do have some bulges there. Really, the last major bulge is going to be there at 719, and then we got a big one there. What we can do is we can spread this out a little bit, and we can find the level, because all I ask for is perfection. And so we're going to end up with, I'm going to be pretty comfortable with levels like this. So 844, 782. I don't want them to be too close together. There's probably a little bit of stuff in here. We can go ahead and mark these, but I don't want too many levels to play off. I don't want to get myself confused. Plus, we're gonna put more weight on recent levels, and so there, I believe that we have gotten our levels to trade today. Now we also have some price action in here, where price was just a few days ago, last week, basically, the 17th of April, and so we want to grab these and we want to identify them. And I'm going to use a little bit. I'm going to use a yellow line here to indicate more closer levels. And of course, we can kind of we notice that price did respond to that past level there. We can get a little more granular there. And yeah, and so we then end up with a level at 782, and that's going to be our key level there. And let's see. Do one more volume profile for this leg down, because that's where price is going to end up going. So there's our level there, 652. Let's kind of include that in. This is my morning work, what I do before the open so that I know where my levels are. I'm going through this with you. It is tedious, but this is what you have to do to earn your money in the market. You got to do your homework. You got to do your homework. All right, there we go, 658. And not really anything significant. We'll mark this up right here, but that's where it's going to be. And that matches up with that. All right, cool. So now we have our levels going in. All right, so let's do this. Let's just go to use a bar replay, and we're going to go down to the 1 minute here. And this is Tuesday. So this is in the evening hours. And actually, let me do the 5 minutes so we can get there quicker. So we need to go to about, hold on, don't get there yet. Okay, so no, that's 2050. All right, hold on. So we're coming into the evening hours. This is the morning today, and then we're coming up to close to the open, which is going to be 9:30. Got a little pre-market volatility, and we're coming up to close to the open. This is about 8:10. We're going to go down to the 1 minute here, and we will see what happens as we come up into the open. The open is going to be about 9:30 out here. All right. And so I know what my levels are. I've got them marked, and the market opens. Don't see anything on my levels yet. I don't like to trade this volatility. I like trends, but it's going to come up here and it's going to hit this level here at 782, and then I short. By the way, you can follow these on the links below my social media. I don't know if I can actually say the D word, but on my videos, but I don't charge for it. I don't trade every day. I like to wait patiently for setups. but this I traded live for sure, and I taught from it as well. And so as it comes up, it pings that level, and that is basically where it holds. And of course, then I need to figure out like what are my levels to play for targets. Well, first I want to I take three contracts. Okay, one I'm going to try to get out as quickly as possible so that I can buy my risk down, and so that's going to be my first take profit right about here. And so we'll do a short position here. I actually got a little mad at myself because I thought that I could hold out for a little bit higher, but it's fine. It's fine. And then there to there, boom. That's the first target. Then what's my next target going to be? It could be that level there. We see some action, but really I want to double check myself looking at this run up, and let's see the overnight session. Let's see where these volume profile levels are. Well, we got one here. That's going to be very important. We can already see how price acknowledged it there. And then there, that kind of comes up again. Got a little bit of price action in this case of the 635 level, but our main levels are going to be that main level is going to be that point of control of the overnight session. And so that's what I'm going to be targeting for my second contract. My third contract, I'm going to leave on because remember, I want to be short, at least back for a retest of Friday. And so it messes around, and here's something very interesting happens. Notice that level that we drew from back in January, that ended up being a key level. This is why I say it's a cheat code. I mean, I've never found anything that respects levels as much as this, but price holds, and there's a battle. There's a battle that goes on at this 719 level. And then finally it comes back and breaks it and loses it. And that's like a break and a retest that one could play. And so we're going to keep on going down, going down, going down. And boom, we keep going down and we start getting into these levels right here. Where I took was the 593. And the reason I did the 593 is because that's that point of control on that leg up. And so my second contract, I am looking to exit it at that 93 level. And so first was a 3-to-1, and then this one is boom, a 8-to-1 risk reward ratio. I approve. I don't like less than 3, but I'm always shooting for more. And so that's basically noon. Time for me to call it a day. Now, I don't like to trade in the afternoons, but there's no reason why one cannot or should not. I just like to trade in the mornings because that's where the big trends are going to be. But as we're finishing up here in the day, I noted this, also went over to and posted it. The key level that was really kind of coming up to, if we go back and now we're going to do a volume profile of this leg down. Start back here because that's relevant. And so we see that there's a little bit of a line up here that we can use, kind of figure out, okay, well, in this big pullback, this leg up that's happening off of our support, we got out here. Oh, where'd my level go? Okay. We got out there, but it's going to start coming back up to this level. And remember, this is a bearish day. And boom, like I said, it's like a damn cheat code for the markets. That's why I'm so enamored by it. And if one were going to trade this, where would you take it? Well, I think hopefully you guys, if you've been watching, you would know. If not, I'm not a very good teacher, that you want to trade from volume profile level to volume profile level. And so if you short it here in the afternoon session, again, I'm still short a short contract, hoping to carry it overnight. Then that's going to be your short, and then your target is going to be the volume profile of the leg up. And there was a nice little short addition there. Boom. And we're going to come up to here, and that is where it's holding. Overall, though, bearish. Additionally, I mean, this kind of factors into my trading strategy that I've had for years, which is using spikes, as I call it. Spikes are where price shoots up. There's a false breakout, gets everyone thinking it's going one direction, and then it goes the other way. And what ends up happening is this day today, actually set up a spike here on the open. So NASDAQ is doing exactly what I would look for in a pullback situation where it pulls back to 50% of a leg down, excuse me, and does a spike. But with volume profile, rather than waiting and then me trying to take the spike as a rejection, as a false breakout, I'm able to capture it up there at basically the level here at 782. Catch it at that high because again, this level 782 today, the level that it hit, let's redo it. 782. This level 17782 is a level that was created way back here in January and February. It's relevant today, 2 months later. We can go back and find that again. If we go back to our 30-minute, just want to kind of reemphasize this to close it about how important volume profile can be in identifying these levels. And so can be a little bit of art, but let's zoom in and really see what this level was. So there's a lot of potential levels in here, but that level right there really kind of fits the bill. Um, as the price kind of notices where it goes into like peaks like that. And so that's really what you want to look for. Things where volume profile starts to do that, and then pick the highest point of that mountain range. And those are going to be your key levels. And also, what you can do is look for confirmation on price. So, I know this was kind of a long video. I really want people to get this. Please feel free to ask me any questions. I love to teach. I've been doing this for many years, and I really love to share my craft. That's why I do this. I know that this can be, there's a lot of lines, but I do think everyone can get this. And leave yourself open to a little bit of art. If you don't quite get it when you're drawing your volume profile levels, give yourself permission to make some mistakes. It's fine because technical analysis is art. And that's why I named my Discord chartist. So hopefully you guys can learn from this and trade wisely. See you in the next video.